Oh, what schoolboy error? Started the stream and didn't even unmute myself. Let me make sure the audio is working as it should. Can someone just let me know if they can hear me? First things first, just to make sure. I bashed my hand on the way into the shed and it really hurts. So before I get started, yeah, if someone could just do a quick audio check, give me a thumbs up in the chat to let me know. I was obviously just speaking to myself, and then we'll get cracking. Cheers, Dogger. Appreciate that, mate. So yeah, tonight's chat is all about, should you be filming at a car boot sale? And if you haven't seen it, a little plug for the video. I released a video yesterday evening where I was asked to stop filming at a car boot sale. It was my regular car boot sale, and a little preview in case you haven't seen it. Maybe I shouldn't do this. All wells that end well, because in the end I had a chat with the guys there, and they're absolutely fine with us continuing to film. But it prompted this conversation tonight about, should we, as resellers who do YouTube, and I know there's a few of us who do, and I know there's people who don't do it, just really people's thoughts on whether you feel it's right to film at the car boot sale. When this guy was speaking to me, and I cut out quite a lot of the conversation because it was a bit of a private conversation, but I don't mind sharing some. He was saying that he's had people complain in the sense of they haven't been respectful when it comes to people saying, I don't want to appear on YouTube. And then in the footage, people left them in. Now, I've always been, and I said this in the video, I've always been one of them people to say to people, if you don't want to be in the video, just say, I don't mind, I'll cut you out, I'll cut this clip out, it's not the end of the world. And I can also show what I got, but don't have to show the clip of me buying it. And I would say 99% of people are absolutely fine. I've got a video coming out on Thursday, and there's 2 interactions with the GoPro where they're absolutely cool with it. And I think now, because the weather's nicer and us GoPro wearers are wearing t-shirts and not coats, it's more visible. So more people are noticing it. Where when I wore a jacket and it was kind of just sticking out of the jacket, not many people saw. So yeah, tonight's conversation, I want to know your guys' thoughts on whether you feel we as resellers should be filming at a car boot sale. And I guess it's going to be a mixed response. And do you know what? Everyone's opinion is valid. So if people don't agree with it, let us know why. If people do agree with it, let us know why. The reason I do it is because I enjoy putting stuff out for you guys, but also it's another revenue stream for my business. So now I've got eBay and I've got the YouTube side, and both bringing in revenue. As I've explained to you guys before, YouTube doesn't bring in as much money as people think. And in fact, I've not took a penny out of YouTube as of yet. But anyway, let me just jump in the chat. Tommy Trades was in nice and early, and he's been plugging me for this afternoon. So I really appreciate it. It always helps when people share your stories about going live and your videos and stuff. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Straight in with an answer, nice and early. I think this was at 6:43. The answer is an absolute yes, but be kind. And what I'll do before I go on any further with the chat, let me just share the results. I put out a poll earlier on Instagram and also on YouTube. And if I sound a bit stuffy tonight, apologies. I'm not upset. I'm not ill. It's hay fever, and it's doing my absolute head in. I think I've sneezed about 30 times today. I've even took some Piriton just before we started to hopefully make sure I'm okay for the stream. But here we are. Let me share this. This was interesting here. Let me move me out of the way. So on the YouTube poll, as you see, 56% of people said they're happy to do it and they do as they please. 29% of people said that they will actually go and ask before they film at the car boot sale. And what prompted this for me is thinking about the boot sale roadshow. So when I'm going to different car boot sales, not knowing where you're allowed to film, who doesn't like filming. So I'm thinking of a way to, when people recommend what boot sale I should go to in the area, I'm going to ask them the question, is it okay to film based on your knowledge, you know? Only 3% said no, they think it's wrong. But that doesn't surprise me so much on the YouTube side, because these are probably other YouTubers or people who like watching the car boot footage. So they're going to say that. So that doesn't surprise me that's so low. And we had 13% who just talking about these pesky YouTubers with another poll. So yeah, but that's surprising, isn't it? 56% said yes, they do as they please, and also the 29%. So what does that make it? Nearly 80, I'm rubbish at maths, 84%. I think that's right. 84% said they would do it. Similar results to Instagram, really. 52% on do as they please, 11% ask. And then 15% on Instagram said no, they wouldn't. And again, that doesn't surprise me because I guess a lot of people on Instagram are resellers, but not necessarily YouTubers, a different market. And we had 22% on them pesky polls that always come out. So that was really interesting to me to do that poll. And there were 70 votes on the YouTube side, and Instagram doesn't say from that screen there, but I'm guessing it's around the same to give you guys an idea. But let me catch up with the chat. I'm keen to know your thoughts. We've got until 8 o'clock tonight, and then I'm going to plug Fuzzy Feet Footwear, Karim. He's going live tonight with Kieran Rummage Around. So at the end of my stream, I'm going to link in his live stream so you guys can jump over there and give him some love as well. So Damien says, I've just dropped money on a GoPro, so it's a yes from me. Yes, I know you commented on my video, Damien, yesterday saying you're thinking about getting the GoPro. And you've asked about the 128 card. I use a 256. The 128 for me wasn't enough. And if you are going to be filming, say, a Saturday and Sunday car boot sale, I like a bigger card to know that I haven't got to take all the information off before I refilm, if that makes sense. The last thing you want is to be filming, getting some good footage and the memory to run out, because the batteries is one thing, but the SD card's another. Robin's in as well. Hope you're well. James in Jamie Dodger says, welcome to the GoPro Club. Damien, go big with memory, 256. Yeah, so he uses the same what I use. It's better to have more memory. And honestly, the cards aren't that expensive. And yes, another 256. So everyone's saying that. So yeah, get the 256. And you can get four for 4K, get 5 hours. I never film in 4K because it does drain the battery. And although you can do the extended battery, you can get extra batteries. I do the extended battery and I film at 1080p because that's what I upload in. So there's no point filming at 4K. And on my GoPro, when I was filming at 4K, the battery drained so quickly and it gets so hot. The GoPro felt boiling. So I'd GoPro 10, it might be different in 11. But yeah, you don't really need to go that high resolution 4K unless you want 4K footage of the grass moving, but no one's going to be interested in that. There we are. He's saying £30 from Amazon. Yeah, they're not that much, to be fair. Right, Georgie's in. Hope you're well. Let's have a look here. I'm just going through all the... Thanks, Jack. Yeah, they're saying sounds on now. Appreciate that. So Damien sent me the GoPro fitness bundle with a 128, so we'll get bigger one, another battery once I've captured that viral video to pay for it. Yeah, I mean, I got some off-market batteries from Amazon, and it came with a little charging dock case where you can charge 3 batteries at the same time. And again, it was pretty cheap, and they all do the same, really. Yes, Tommy Trade. Yeah, it's boiling hot today. We've got a poorly cat at the moment. He's got the little, for anyone who has cats, he's got the little cone on because he's had his body shaved and he had an abscess that had to drain out. So because we've got the other cat who wants to go out and we have next door's cats who keep trying to come in, we've got the cat flap on one way. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with details, but I'm having to work inside most of the time. So I'm having to come down here nice and early, get all my photos done onto the laptop, and then sit inside with him feeling sorry for himself, wanting to go out, sit on my lap all day and do my eBay work. But I'm quite glad because this shed is either freezing cold or it's boiling hot. But yeah, it's a hot one. Evening, Rach. Hope you're good. I don't know if you was at the A3 on Sunday. I'm planning to go to the A3 this Sunday. We're having our flooring done at home. So I don't think I'm going to go to a Saturday car boot sale. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to try and get out to the Sunday one, the A3. I think Jamie Dodger's going there as well. So I might try the A3. I'm trying to mix up the car boots. I don't want people to think it's because I'm bad from board and car boot sale now. I'm not banned or anything. Nothing like that. Ali's in. Hope you're well, Ali. Right, so now I'm catching up the chat. We're starting to get onto the stuff about whether you feel you should be filming at the car boot sales, or not necessarily you should be filming because you don't have to. I mean, there's some car boot sales where I take the GoPro with me but don't even bother filming. But whether you feel it's right to do it. I try and avoid getting people's faces in the footage. Yes, so excuse me, I'm going to have to keep taking sips because of this hay fever. I spoke to him about that quite a lot. And that was something that he mentioned, and also something that George, when I was speaking to George last night, he mentioned on his Instagram story. I try and point the camera down. I'm not interested in seeing people's faces and the reactions. I'm interested in seeing what we are buying. But it is very difficult because depending on how far you are standing back from the stall and depending whether you're rummaging around or someone's there, you are going to catch the odd person's face in it. And it's also impossible to blur everyone's face out. I mean, you can do it, but it's such an effort to do it. But again, I think for me, I'm happy to film, but I'm going to be respectful in the sense of if someone says, "Can you turn the camera off?" Same as the guy at Borden did. No arguments from me. It was a case of, yeah, okay, but hear me out. This is what I think about the situation. So yeah, try and avoid getting face in it. Children, especially for me, if I have any clips of children in and I use it for like a thumbnail, I will put faces over the children's faces as well because I can understand why people might get a bit upset about children. Tommy Trey says yes, but it is then your duty to edit blur people's faces, number plate section to protect their privacy. Okay, so that's an interesting opinion on that with regards to blurring people's faces. As I say, I personally don't blur people's faces and also don't blur out number plates, including my own. That has never crossed my mind, surprisingly, because I guess you could walk down the road and see someone's number plate. So that doesn't worry me personally too much. Yes, Rachel. I think Rachel's spot on with some of this. The people who complain will be the tax dodgers. And funny enough, I've had, not going to call them out, I'm not going to tell you what car boot sale. I've had a couple complain about me filming at a car boot sale to me and to the stewards at the car boot sale. And they are there selling stuff every single week. And I've seen them at things like Jumble Trails and Jumble Sales. Are they paying tax? I hope so. But you might be right. It might be the people who aren't paying tax are scared. Because funnily enough, the first question the guy did ask me, as you saw in the video, was, "Are you from the council?" And he said to me afterwards, we were laughing about it. He went, "Yeah, I thought you were trading standards at first." So, you know, whether more car boot sales are getting trading standards turned up and the boot sale gets a fine, I don't know. I don't know how it all works in that sense. AC Global reselling is in. Yeah, so Georgie didn't think of that. Yeah, I was speaking to the guy about it the other day and was asking him that question. Do you think the people who complain are the people who are doing the dodgy on the taxes? But he didn't want to comment, obviously. Kenalog injunctions are cure for hay fever. Oh, injections, not injunctions. I'm thinking injunctions because we're talking about filming. I was like, what's this injunction that's going to hit me? Kenalog injections are cure for hay fever. One vaccine, about £100, you're cured for a year. Yeah, I get it. Do you know what? I get it really bad sometimes, and other times I'm absolutely fine. The last 3 or 4 days have been horrendous. Like eyes puffy, watering, sneezing. My throat hurts because of the sneezing as well. So look, I'm not going to cry me a river about hay fever. I'm sure a lot of us suffer with it. And it doesn't help when I'm walking around fields every Saturday and Sunday, rubbing my eyes to go along. A reseller's blueprint is in. Hello, hello, hello. So back to whether they feel we should be filming or it's okay to film at car boot sales. Yes, as long as respectful. I don't like it when people leaving clips when walking away from a high price criticising the stallholder. Should be broadcast as not fair to the stallholder. I am 110% with you on that one there. Don't get me wrong, there's many a times that I walk off and sometimes I laugh about a price, but you don't have to include that in your footage. I mean, you should be editing them kind of things out. Someone joked with me before and said, "You know what, you're always really polite at the car boot sales and you always say thank you and please and all of this stuff." And I said to them, "Yeah, I cut out the parts where I'm kicking the old grannies out of the way and stuff." But jokes aside, I agree. I think at the end of the day, someone's asking price is their asking price. And just because we're resellers does not mean we should get special treatment. You know, we're going to be flipping the item for more money. And the other thing I try and do, and I'm not saying this is the right thing because we all need to make as much money as possible, I try, where possible, to pay a fair price in that sense. If someone's asking for £1 for an item, I never say to him, "We'll take 50p, we'll take 20p. But when I've sold at car boots, I've had people do that to me. So, yeah, I think it's about being respectful. I completely agree in that. Very interesting, but definitely biased. Surely most of the participants are either making the content or enjoying consuming it. Yeah, so it's funny because some people have messaged me and have been quite critical of me filming at car boot sales. But I think to myself, how have you come across my YouTube channel? You know, is it from Instagram? Because a lot of people who are critical of resellers and saying that resellers should be doing X, Y, and Z are people who are watching and subscribing to reseller content, which is strange to me. I always think that's strange. I think there is nothing wrong with filming as long as you're polite. And if someone doesn't want to be in, remove that piece of footage. And that is exactly there, nailed onto what I do. So, as I say, the video that comes out Thursday, when I went on to the second car boot sale, it didn't put me off filming, which is good. But I had two interactions with people, and both were laughing and joking. I was talking to them about the channel, and they were interested to find out, and they thought it was cool, you know. And one of them was joking about whether she would be on TikTok. Um, but yeah, you have them interactions. And I always say to the people, if you don't want to be on, just let me know and I'll make sure I cut the clip. And here's my channel name. So if you want to watch it, you can be rest assured you're not going to be on YouTube, because some people don't want to be on there, and that's absolutely fine. Hillary's in as well. Good to see you. Yeah, talking about 4K with regards to problematic. Yeah, I think YouTube, I mean, you can do 4K, but I think I tried to upload a 4K video once to YouTube, and I think it was telling me it was going to take about 9 hours for like a 20-minute video, and I couldn't be bothered to wait. Okay, cool. I might see you then if you're at the A3. I'm just catching up on the chat here. Caroline, that's a new name to me. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Just want to say I'm seeing new names. Today I hit 4,000 subscribers on YouTube, which, thank you all. I'm over the moon to hit that figure. I know everyone always says, you know, I never expected it to be like that, and I really didn't. So truth be told, I was absolutely gobsmacked at that today. And as you see, scrolling across the bottom, I know I keep plugging this. On July the 18th, so just over a month away, I'm going to be doing a £100 giveaway, and it's going to come out of my personal account. It's going to be a direct transfer to you. There's going to be no fees to pay. You don't have to be charged tax on it. It's going to be a gifted amount to you. So if you want to enter, like some people have done today, and I really appreciate it, please jump onto my Just Giving page and make a small donation. Okay, it doesn't have to be anything big. And like I said in my video the other day, I have now 4,000 subscribers. If everyone donates 50p, I'm going to nearly hit my target I need for fundraising for the marathon. But that's the only thing I'm going to mention about it tonight, because I don't want to come across like I'm begging every time I speak to you guys. So Tommy Trey says, I'll take the opposite approach. Blur, cut out people's face unless they want to be featured, then remove it. Yeah, that's fair enough. You know, I think it's a good way to do it if you can. For me, doing that edit takes so long to do. And that's why it's so difficult. It's a good conversation to have, though, because some people in the comments yesterday were saying legally you can film because it's a public place. Other people in the comments saying, well, actually, that's not strictly true because it is classed as private property, so they can ask you to leave. So there is a fine line, and that's why the guy at Borden said to me to go and speak to the owner, because if the owner's happy with it, if someone complains, they will say you need to have it up with the owner because the owner's fine with it. There we are. Yeah, always the thieves complaining. And that was the best thing about my the guy who stole at me, and I haven't forgot about it, believe me. The guy who stole the £5 trainers from me at Shepperton Car Boot. Lucky I had the GoPro on, because one, it made some good footage, and two, it's shown who he is. So there's no complaints. Everyone can see what he done. And I will be heading back to Shepperton at some point, and I will be filming, and it'll make some good content if I bump into him, because I don't forget. So I remember his face. That's not a threat, by the way. That's just me going to have a word with him, and I'll probably show him the clip and ask him to explain. Richard's in. Hope you're well, mate. With filming at car boots, I think it's a case of having common courtesy, absolutely, to other people. So as long as you ask and they give fish, it's fine. Also, you want to have good rapport with the seller. Yeah, I think it's important. And honestly, I know of people who say they will not sell stuff to resellers. And sometimes the camera works against us who are putting out content. And I was having a good chat with Jamie Dodger, about this the other week, because we both took our GoPros to the car boot sale, and we both were like, do you know what? We're just going to take them off today. So after about 5 minutes of filming, we both took them off and just wandered around the car boot sale. And that was the car boot. He managed to get the GameCube stuff and the N64. So it's just one of them things where you're like, oh, if only I was filming. And even on Saturday at the car boot sale, let me see what I can grab behind me. Oh, here we go. They're right at the top. I picked up a bundle of band t-shirts, and these are going to be listed up tomorrow. Things like this, nice little what one's this here? Bruce Springsteen. I got some Tina Turner, some Elton John, some REM, some Led Zeppelin. I got some really good stuff, and I wasn't filming, so I've missed out on all the content. But then sometimes it's not about the content; it's about the stuff for the business. And what I will say, having the GoPro sometimes throws you off that a bit. But anyway, going back to this, as long as you ask to get permission and you need a good rapport, yeah, I think the good rapport is important. And people do ask about what I do, and I don't hide from it. And sometimes I even do joke with them and say, "Oh yeah, I'm just undercover police. Don't worry about me." And I go to walk off, they look confused, and I go back and I tell them what's going on. So my dad's in, and Charlotte says hi. So I guess my cousin Charlotte is over at my dad's. Thanks for the invite for the big party tonight. If I would have known, I would have come over, but appreciate it. Let's have a look here. It's good conversation people are having in the chat here, and it's such a mixed opinion as well. Car Booty Steve, that's a new name. So thank you for coming in. If you're a new subscriber, thank you. If you've been a lurker and now you're commenting, thank you again. But it's good to see new names coming in, as well as the regulars as well. And thank you for the congratulations, guys. Yeah, I was over the moon to hear that today, and I don't mind sharing with you guys. I'm quite open with things. At the start of the year, I set my target on YouTube. I wanted to be on 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And for me, that felt like a really big push. But now I'm kind of feeling like, you know what, I can hit it. So it's going to be a real confidence day. So yeah, I appreciate it. Oh, wow. Okay. Resellers in County Durham here, but we're at Borden this week and we're behind you in the queue. Fantastic. You should have come and said hello. I was in the queue chatting with Jamie Dodger, James. So yeah, next time, if you are there again, please stop and say hello. I love when people stop me and have a chat. It's always good. I know some people don't feel comfortable going up to people because they feel like, you know, they're filming for YouTube and they're working for their reselling business. But I will stop and have a chat with anyone. Sometimes it's quite nice to have a little break and have a chat. So if you are there again, please come and say hello. James said, I spoke to James yesterday. We had a good chat. Good evening, James, in chat. I think it's all good filming boots out as long as you're not filming in people's faces and blurring out and moving clips where people ask not to be filmed. Yes, I share that completely. And I think I've learned that from watching some of the resellers I learned from, to be honest, where it's all about being respectful in that sense as well. So good to see you in, mate. I'm going to, didn't catch up today. I'm going to catch up with you tomorrow, James. You know what that's about, and we'll catch up. Finally caught you on live outsourcing, so I'm just stopping by. Well, thank you for joining. You are absolutely flying on YouTube. Everyone, please go and sub. Please go and sub. Amazing stuff. You're putting out some really good stuff. So yeah, everyone, please go and sub to the channel. Yeah, you're doing so well. I know you're in a daily refinement group with us, so hopefully you can jump on the YouTube call on Thursday. Be good to hear about your channel blowing up. So thank you for joining in, and good luck sourcing as well. Are you at the bins? Let us know if you're still here. I asked if I can video at my local car boot on Sunday. Woman told me no, but I carried on video anyway. Yeah, so some people do. Some people will ask and then try and do it secretly. Personally, for me, if they say no, I will not film. I mean, it's a difficult one, isn't it? If it's not your regular car boot sale, do you try and get away with it? Yeah, it's such a fine line for me. At my regular ones, 100%. But on the flip side, if Borden did say I can't film, that would mean I would go there less. Because as I said, YouTube now is part of the business. And so part of the boot sale hunt for me is buying stuff at eBay to sell, but also creating content as well. Yes, James, I do enjoy the sun, but as you know, I've been cat sitting the last couple of days, so stuck inside, and the hay fever is killing me. Thank you, Hillary. Appreciate that. I think video car boots help promote their car boot fairs. Yes, and that's what we spoke to about with the owner at Borden, and he agreed. There is quite a few of us who go around there and film, and we all talk about where we are. I mean, I've done drone footage, I think, of Borden before as well. So, yeah, I think it's all about that. And I think actually resellers are good for the car boot sales because we do promote it, especially the ones who put it on YouTube. Because the amount of people who message me or they'll comment, what boot sells this? You know, I don't hide anything. So I'll say, this is it. And it might create more competition for me. I know people are going to say you create competition from yourself by telling people and putting out the information. But actually, there's plenty of stuff to go around. You just need to be smart. And as I've said to you guys before, I'm quite open and honest with most things I find. You don't see everything, because if I start giving you all of my secrets, it will be more difficult for me. 2 car boots I go to are council run. So does that mean you can film then, Georgie, with no issues? Is that what that means? What software do you use to put questions on screen? StreamYard. I'll talk about this on Thursday, mate. Or I'll make a note. I'll drop you a message after. I'll let you know. Yeah, StreamYard, there's a free version you can use, or there's a paid version. Even with the free version, you can do this, and it's just really easy to stream with YouTube. So, yeah, I'll send it over to you. If you didn't film, you would not have spotted that thief in your own stall. Yeah, that's what I was speaking about earlier. Correct. I wouldn't have spotted him. And I didn't even spot him when I did film. It was other people in the comments who were saying about it. But yeah, you're right. And actually, sometimes the filming is good because you can spot things like this, you know. And also, for me, it's a good learning tool because the amount of comments I get on the videos, especially now with doing clothing, of you've left this behind, you've left this behind. Oh my God, I can't believe you didn't pick this up. And I kicked myself. Even yesterday, there was I think it was a Highlander jacket. I was looking at the Iron Maiden leather jacket on the Sunday car boot. And in the comments, 2 people said, oh my God, you left the Highlander jacket behind. I didn't have a clue about that. And if I go back to Borden and they've still got the jacket and they're selling it again, I now know to look for it. It probably has gone, but it's good stuff to learn for the future. So, yes, Lucy, I'm not happy with you. Very late, 26 minutes into the stream. My aim is basically, unless the owner has stated not to film or asked me not to film, if someone knows the camera, do not like it, I hide it and I will say I don't have confidence to ask. Yeah, I think if someone on the store ever says to me, I don't want to be on your video, I just say, yeah, no worries. And I cut it out. No one's ever refused, though, to sell me something because I'm filming. That's what I will say. And I know a lot of people, when they think about whether to get into YouTube, feel it's going to block them making purchases. No one's ever stopped me buying. Now, whether they've upped the price because they know you're a reseller and a YouTuber, that might have happened, but you're never going to know that anyway. It's a very interesting line to explore, especially with reselling of charity shops being featured in mainstream news of recent on being trendy at the moment. We may see rules, signs. Yeah, so this is something I was going to think about what we would do if all the car boot sales said you couldn't film. Because I guess people will just start watching more of your other content because we all know, as YouTubers, and you guys know, the most enjoyable videos people like to watch are the treasure hunt. If I do a 1-hour haul video of me sitting in the shed showing you everything I bought for the last week, people are going to watch it, but you're not going to be as engaged as watching a 15, 20-minute car boot sale to see, like, oh, what's James found this week or what's James not found this week. Now, the charity shop one's another one because I have not got the confidence to film in a charity shop, and that's the truth. I feel awkward filming inside, whether that be a charity shop, if it's an indoor cart boot or an indoor jumble sale. I don't feel I'm confident enough to do that, which is really strange. Outdoors feels like there's a lot more space for people to move out of the way of the camera. I think that might be why. But yeah, it is becoming a real trend at the moment. I was watching something on TV the other day, this morning. I'm not shouting out Philip Schofield, by the way, that's another conversation. And there was a guy on there people were ringing up and they were saying about stuff they found in the loft as well. And he was basically valuing it for them. So a lot of people now are becoming a lot more aware they can sell it themselves, which might make things difficult. Here we go here. Are not car boot fairs usually public land? Yes, some are. Public parks, yes, some are, but some of the land is owned. So the one I go to at Borden is privately owned. So they can remove anyone, ask you to leave. And if you don't leave, they can do you for trespassing, effectively. And it's same as filming, they can ask you not to film, but if they own the land, they can basically say, if you don't stop filming, we're going to ask you to leave. And if you don't leave, it's trespassing. But yeah, it all depends on the car boot sale. Yeah, editing is difficult with regards to blurring. I use Final Cut Pro as well. It is really difficult to do. So it's not as easy as just kind of just blurring, like clicking on a face and it puts a blur. You have to move the blur and make it track. I'm not going to go into that. It is difficult. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate that. I'm so far behind in the chat. Let's have a look here. Limelight's in. Hope you're good. Double Karma. Oh, Tina Turner. Let's see. And maybe send a Tina stuff to. She's always flipping. Well, I would send the Tina Turner stuff to someone if it wasn't worth a lot of money. Because the one I've got, I'm not going to give all my secrets away. I'm sorry, especially with learning clothing. The one I've got is on a really good tag. And it's gone up in value. So it's quite a good one. Not the bins, normal thrifts today. Just got to the next one. I'll try and make Thursday nights. Yeah, I know it's difficult if you can't make the calls, but catch up on the replay. But I'll drop you a message afterwards about StreamYard. It's really helpful. Here we go. Let's go to Lucy's one. I'm the same as you. If I was asked not to film, I wouldn't, and I would go back to that car boot. And I will go back to car boot. I think if viewers go to the car boot sale, they will go where we go. Yeah, so I wouldn't not go. For instance, if Borden had said categorically you can't film at this car boot sale, okay, I wouldn't not go to Borden. But I would probably have to plan it a bit more to say, if I'm going to go to Borden, I need to film at a Saturday car boot again. Because sometimes I don't film at both, sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't film at any. So yeah, I'll probably be a bit more of a strategical sort of plan of what I'm going to do. But I am trying to mix it up. I don't want to go to Borden every Sunday anymore. I want to try and mix it up anyway. So there's a few others locally I'm going to try. Let me just see here. Here we go. Let me jump back to this one. There's only one car boot near me. I don't drive. I have to do public transport to get there. But another car boot is about to open twice a week. Another local car boot to me. Yeah, there's one opening down by Gatwick, and I've been there before. It's called Ardingly at the showground, and they're starting to open a Saturday afternoon car boot sale. Don't quote me on this time. I believe it's lunchtime, 12 o'clock. So what that's given me is another option if I want to travel down there to go to a Saturday afternoon one. My face looks really red today, like really blotchy. Hay fever's killing me, everyone. Let's have a look here. Let me just catch up. Yes, this is an interesting one. Some people focus on sellers for their thumbnails. I do think that's wrong, especially being negative about them. I must admit, rightly or wrongly, I think I might have been guilty of that a few times, in the sense of there's been a lot of talk recently, and I'm going to address this. There's been a lot of talk recently from other channels, and they've been using the word drama and clickbait and click this, click that. At the end of the day, okay, clickbait is wrong. But I heard something else the other day which made me laugh, and I'm going to start using. Click food is not wrong. Because let's be honest, if my video at the weekend, when did I release it? Yesterday. In my video yesterday, okay, said, I brought a Gant t-shirt for £1. Who's going to click that? No one at all. Clickbait means if I was to say, big fight at this car boot sale, bold finds knocked out by Flipping Sloth, okay, Flipping Sloth's not even at the car boot sale, that's clickbait. There's a fine line. But yeah, I must admit, I think I've been guilty of just this. And I agree. If you're being negative about the seller, I wouldn't use them as a thumbnail. But I think I've used them as a thumbnail when something has happened, in the sense of I found something really good, or I was shocked that I missed out on this. I think they might have been in it. But I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever slagged off a seller on my videos, because at the end of the day, they're there to make some money as well, and you know, everyone's got to make a bit. So Lee's in. I sent Lee the Home Alone doll. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, and I showed you guys here from my, I can't say contact, but I'm going to say contact plug. I got a really cool Home Alone doll with a voice box, and it's one of the pull ones. And when I pulled it back, he did not sound well at all. And so I sent it over to Lee, because Lee's helped me out massively. So I hope Lee fixes it and puts it on his shelf. But if Lee wants to fix it and sell it, then fair play. But it's quite cool. So yeah, good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. I like the just revealing what you buy videos. Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it? Some people prefer the haul videos. I'm going to try and start now, do some more picking and packing videos. I mean, I've got my little, let me show you because it's sitting in front of me. I've got my little jig thing here where I can connect the GoPro, the phone, and it's quite cool, a little light as well. So I'm going to probably start doing some more what's sold, some picking and packing videos, as well as just the car boot ones. It's just difficult when you're running an eBay business full time and trying to fit all this content. It's really difficult to have it in the schedule. But I'm going to try and make a bit more effort with that. I've actually been going live on Instagram a bit more as well, which is just unlike me, just because it's really quick and easy. You know, I literally put the camera, rest it up against somewhere, and just speak for 5 minutes. So I'm going to be trying to do a bit more of that. But yeah, it's always interesting, and I'm always open to ideas of what people want to see from the channel. Wow, I've got a super chat or a super sticker. I don't even know what it is, but I really appreciate that, Steve. I guess your name's Steve. Cool channel, have subbed here. I really do appreciate it. What I will say, okay, I never expect super chats, super stickers, and anything like that. Honestly, I like putting out the information to you guys. As you know, putting out YouTube content, okay, when you become monetized, YouTube pays you. It's not a load of money, but we get paid from it anyway. So I never expect it. But if anyone ever wants to do a super chat or anything like that in the future, please do it to the fundraising page. Just for the next, what is it? Next April is when I'm doing the marathon. So just for that time, I'd rather you do it into that page as well, just so I can raise as much money as possible. Talking about the fundraising one more time, I am probably going to be doing, I say probably, I will be doing another 24-hour live stream. Okay. But again, it will be about raising money for this great charity called Bliss. Okay. So, news of that to come shortly when I've got it all planned and decided on the date and actually get a few hours sleep before I do it this time. So this is an interesting one. Lucy saying, I definitely have a confident issue. I'm the same. I only go to car boot for the GoPro last year, but could never do charity shop. Yeah, I think it's that open space. And I would feel more confident in the charity shop blogging with this compared to having the GoPro strapped to me. But yeah, I think it is a confident thing. And Tommy Trace is different. It's completely different. I'm more confident in charity shop than the car boot. Creative content actually got me in a better relationship with my local Chazza shops, and so far they really support it. Yeah, so my local charity shop knows what I do because I walk in there and sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, James has got this really nice top view, and James has got this set aside view, which is really nice." So I've been very open about what I do. Would they be okay me filming in there? Probably, because I think two or three of them actually watch the content, which is funny. And even like little funny things. I go down the co-op now, and the guy down the co-op watches the content, and I think that's amazing. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Do charity shops ever complain about people filming? I haven't filmed. I haven't filmed enough in there. I think I've filmed twice in a charity shop before, and to be honest, they didn't complain. Um, yeah, I guess it depends on the charity shop. It's a hard one to answer. I'm sure some people have had it before. Let's have a look here. St Heliers, Surrey opens next week on Wednesday and Sundays. This is an easy way. I'll just print screen for that one because I'm obviously down in Surrey. So I checked it out. Thank you for that recommendation. Yes, I've seen loads of these, George. It's made me laugh. My video tagline was drama free car boot, just to do a bit of reverse psychology. Yes. I was joking with Damien yesterday because he put out something about no drama, no clickbait or anything is the title. So I commented saying, I can't believe you promoted this as no clickbait and no drama, but it's been nothing but clickbait and drama, that kind of thing. But it's funny, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, like, you need to create that bit of drama or clickbait if you can, but it can't be forced because people just unsubscribe. And that's what I try to do. Things that I put up on the channel, it's happened. So it weren't like I was asked not to film and that didn't happen. Like, you could see from the thing, he was asking me not to film. And I didn't want to include all the footage because there was some conversation there I don't want to share. Not nasty, but just private, respectful, because I'm going to be going back there. So let's have a look here. Retro Paradise says, "Hi James, can you add a link to that black and red tripod you just held up?" All right, I can do that, I'm sure. Just give me a second and I will try and do that for you. Actually, what I will do to make it easier, so I'm not jumping around trying to do that now, at the end of this live stream, I will post the link at the bottom of the video. It's not an affiliate link, okay? I haven't signed up to anything like that as of yet. I might do. But it is basically called a Joby, Joby. And yeah, they're called Gorilla Pods, I think they're called. But I'll link it at the end. Let me just screenshot that as well. It's great that I can screenshot because then I can remember to do stuff, Retro Paradise. So I'll link it at the end for you. No bother. Dan's in, better late than never. Just want to shout out Dan. He made a very generous sponsorship today to the Just Giving page. So yeah, Dan, I appreciate it. I like the message as well. Very kind of you. Oh, thank you, Steve. I will. Yeah, I'll buy a coffee. I will buy a Costa coffee though, not the car boot sale coffees because they are horrendous. The car boot sale coffees. I'm not a snob, honestly. I just think that instant stuff, the car boot, is awful. Yes, Lucy, I saw that. Appreciate that again as well. You are entered into the prize draw for the 18th of July for £100. Yeah, I did drop you a message, so I appreciate that. I find here up north, I buy so well in the charity shops. I rarely go to car boot sales. Borden was always my favourite when I lived in Portsmouth. We did quite well at Borden this week to resell. Yeah, it was a funny one. Borden was really small compared to what it normally is. Borden's normally 3 times the size it was on Sunday. But I've always done really well there. I really like the car boot sale. It's got a really good vibe there. It feels quite relaxed. There's not pushing and shoving to get to stuff kind of thing. But that's interesting you say up north about how you get good stuff in the charity shop because I think down south here, lots of us see most charity shops are overpriced and it's really difficult. Oh, here we go. St Hilliers open Wednesdays and Saturdays, not Sundays. Rains Park. Okay, yeah, Rains Park's not a million miles away. Yes, Georgie, that's right. Smash it like it's free. That's what I always say when I go into people's live streams. Smash it like it's free. It doesn't cost anything. Paul's in. Yes, Paul. Bold, such a legend. I want to go that far, Paul, but I'm approaching it. No, good to see you, mate. Hope you are keeping well. Might not be there Saturday. We'll have to see. No worries. I'll make sure I do it. I'm quite forgetful at times, but now I've done the screenshots, I will do it straight away afterwards. They're really good. They're not overly expensive, and again, not. I've got no. What's the word? No affiliate link to this company. All right, I don't get any money back or any kickback from this. What's good about this one is you can have your phone here, and obviously this opens up and you can twist it. You can have it either way. This here you can attach the GoPro, and this here, this here you can attach the GoPro. This here, I've got these little box lights that are small, rechargeable lights. You just slide it in. So when you are vlogging, you've got a light on your face as well if you want that. So yeah, they're really handy. I used to eat at the car boot till I saw the woman from the Burka still clean the tables. Oh, don't. Oh, don't. It's like the toilets. I've mentioned it before. People must think I have a thing against car boot style toilets, but I probably do. I hate the car boot toilets. They're awful. Cooking Hayden's in, Chris. Hope you're well. I jumped on your live the other night. I enjoy Chris's lives on a Monday. You're moving soon, I believe, Chris, aren't you? I think it's very soon you're moving. I believe you're going to Wales, which is cool. I'm coming down to Wales in first weekend of July. So, Chris, if you have moved, I'm going to be going to Sully's car boot sale on the Sunday. So, yeah, if you're about and you're anywhere near that part, I know Wales is huge. Yeah, pop along if you're around. It'd be good to see you. I find the whole clickbait thing curious. The thumbnail is your advert for your video on YouTube. I'm not sure about you, but I didn't expect to turn into chocolate when the Lynx braid came out. Yes, there was a Lynx chocolate, wasn't it? That's very strange. I remember that. That must be years ago. I was watching something about YouTube earlier, and I'm sure you've all noticed now on YouTube, when you hover over a video, it starts showing you the video from the start. It's very similar to Netflix. If you hover over Netflix, it starts showing you the first episode. And actually now that is eliminating the art of clickbait because people can see quite quickly whether your video appeals to them. So I think your first 15 or 20 seconds of your video now are going to be even more important because people can hover over and see the captions that come up to see whether they want to watch it. Interesting point. Kathy, hope you're well. Let's have a look here. Have you tried some dumpster diving and resident flats wheelbin diving? I found gaming consoles, camera, PCs, laptops, kids' games, all working, but the council now changed the way people dump stuff. No, but there is a few dumpster diving channels I've seen recently come up on YouTube. I thought it was against the law in the UK. Quote me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Or maybe it's in the US it's against, I don't know. But yeah, the channels are really cool. I'm watching some of them channels and feel like you can find some really good stuff in the rubbish, but I've never done it personally. Do you have any plans for coming to Lancashire anytime soon? My geography is awful, Jack. So I was going to pretend I know where it was, but I'm just going to type into Google Maps and I will tell you what the plans are. Because the roadshow is happening. We've got a few episodes out already. Lancashire. Not Lancashire, London. Is that by? That's like Blackburn way, is it? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's up by Preston Blackburn way, I believe. Yeah, so part of the Car Boot Roadshow is going to be up near Liverpool and Manchester. So it's going to be around that area. I haven't got a date for it yet. It's really difficult with traveling further afield because of weather. We're reliant on the weather. If it's local and I travel somewhere and it's raining, I can go home. It's not a big issue. With things like Manchester and Liverpool, I'm going to have to book a hotel. And my plan is to do a boot sale in Manchester on a Saturday, a boot sale in Liverpool on a Sunday, and drive straight home. But yeah, my guess is I'm going to Cardiff first week of July. Probably going to head up to Manchester. Don't quote me on this. Maybe mid-July, end of July. Depends on what's going on. So yeah, it will be happening. It will be happening. Peter Ray's in. Congratulations, Pete. Pete got to 2,000 subscribers today on YouTube. I was watching Sales Unexpected Pete's live earlier, and I saw here on live. So Pete, well done, mate. Yeah, you've got to put a good clip now for that first few seconds and don't begin with an intro. Isn't it funny, Chris? Because when I first started watching resellers' videos, there used to be so many intros at the start with music playing and little clips. And when I started the channel, I was very much a case of, yeah, I want a little intro of like bold finds at the car boot sales and all this stuff. But the truth of the matter is now, we want to enjoy. Okay, so this is what I believe. And when I say stuff, this is just my thoughts. Okay, I'm no expert. But when I watch content, I want to get straight to the point. And I think that's come from the likes of watching TikTok and Shorts, where you want to consume that information quickly. And if you're not engaged in the first 5 or 10 seconds, you move on. And I think YouTube long form is becoming that way as well. So, yeah, the intros are going to start disappearing and people are going to get straight to the action, which is why now on the start of my videos, I don't normally start most of my videos with me in the van saying just arrived at the car boot sale. From time to time I will, but normally now it's straight to the action, and then there's an outro at the end, because again, I've tried the whole thing of just cutting the video off at the end of the car boot sale, but then people want a little outro, so I try and do a little outro at the end, but sometimes I feel like I waffle on as I'm doing now. So let's have a look here. Let me just see if I've missed anything else. I've watched plenty of videos just in that mode, as you can also mute the video and you get 0 ads. Will this affect revenues, do you think? So when it comes to revenues on YouTube, YouTube pays you for people watching. There's loads of different ways, but some of the ways is people watching the ads. But if they've got YouTube Premium, you get basically like a little kickback because they can't watch the ads with Premium. But YouTube now is all about not the amount of subscribers and the amount of likes you get and comments you get. That helps push your video in the algorithm. YouTube now is all about the engagement, the amount of times people watch your video. For instance, Tommy, if you was to click on my video and in 20 seconds you was to click off, and then Lucy done the same, and Damien done the same, and Chris done the same, and Pete done the same, YouTube would look at my video and say, well, it's not a good video. Why is that? Is it clickbait? Is it not to the point? Is it not interesting enough? And they won't push your content. So you basically want to get your audience to want to follow you right to the end. It's not possible for everyone to do that. Most people drop off after a certain amount of time, but it's about engaging. So you will see people getting to the point a bit more, which is good, because when you watch YouTube, there's so many choices. You want people to get to the point. What do you use for your thumbnails? I use Canva. I pay for the version of Canva because there's lots more options you can choose. But Lucy, the free version of Canva, Canva, will do everything you need, and you can do really good thumbnails. Yes, Damon, 100% agree with you. It will be that. Thumbnails will not mean anything soon enough, because people will be able to hover, and they can already. They'll be able to hover over every video, see the first 15 seconds. There'll be captions popping up so people don't have to listen to it. And they can say, yep, I'll skip past that one. Yep, I'll skip past that one. Oh, that one's interesting. Click. So I think it's going to be harder. Let me see here. I'm waiting for GIF moving thumbnails to come out. Yeah, so like interactive video thumbnails. I mean, I think YouTube will get to the point as well, similar to what they're doing now, where there'll be a video preview. So we'll have to record a 10-second preview of the grip. So 10-second preview, you know, guys, come and watch this video. In this video here, I got banned from filming at a car boot sale. Give it a watch. It's going to be, you're going to have to really engage your audience. But as I said, I'm only 11 months into YouTube, so I'm still learning, which is good. The thing with theft is that the key element is that you intend to permanently deprive someone of the item. If they're already discarding it in the bin, that element of definition doesn't work. Okay, that's interesting. So it sounds like then the dumpster diving is okay because you're not taking it from someone's house. I guess in a way, the dumpster diving is like if someone's left a table and chairs outside of their house on the main road, what do you do in that situation in one of them? I mean, I would try and knock on that person's door and just say, oh, is it okay to take these? But I'm guessing if someone's put it outside of their house in that sense, it's free game. Unless they're moving in, unless there's a removal fan outside and you've just nicked their brand new dining room table. Let's have a look here. So Car Booty Steve has been doing car boot videos for a couple of years, only got 23 subscribers. So can everyone, whether it be now, you drop out of here, no, don't really drop out yet. Can everyone go and show Car Booty Steve some love and subscribe to his channel? Let's try and get him up to 100 subscribers. I've got 63 in the chat. The people watching replay, please go and subscribe to Car Booty Steve. Let's get him up to 100. Yeah, so Blackburn and Preston. Yes, I'm going to be heading up to that way. Let me just see here. Controversial. What's your opinion on George Ross mentioning he is not getting involved in the clickbait drama titles around car boots? What's my opinion? George Ross knows a lot more about reselling and a lot more about YouTube than me. And George can run his channel how he wants to run his channel, and I can run my channel how I want to run my channel, and everyone else can as well. I've got no issue with any of the clickbait drama stuff. At the end of the day, you know, Flipping Sloth had a viral video. I've had a viral video. Ricky Lee's had a viral video. There's other people who have had viral videos. Nick Hill's had viral videos. So at the end of the day, people will see it as they're using clickbait to get the viral videos. Where I see it as maybe they're just putting out content and YouTube's run with it. My video that went viral when I first started YouTube, it wasn't the greatest boot sale video, but YouTube picked up on it and ran with it. And I don't even know to the day why they did. So yeah, I've got no issue. And you know what? I always say everyone can run their channel how they want to run it. And I've got no issues with any of that. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It's really weird because at one point the topic of conversation in the reseller community was all about why can't I remember the name of it? The reseller event in Derby, Chaddy Pete's one he organised. I can't even think what it's called now. Anyway, that was the topic of conversation. And again, I had no opinion on it. I thought, you know what, fair play for them trying something new. So, you know, there's a new topic of conversation now, and in 2 weeks' time, there's going to be a new topic of conversation. So I just say to everyone, each to their own. If people want to clickbait it, people will realise when they watch the videos that they're clickbaiting, they'll probably unsubscribe. So that's on them. That's the way I see it. Yeah, Chris is spot on. And again, I will never lecture Chris or anyone who have been doing YouTube a lot longer than me. And people I've learned from the likes of Chris when it's come to YouTube. YouTube video creation is constantly evolving. You've got to keep moving. Yeah, you can't sit around, and there's some people who don't like filming at the car boot sale and just want to do a haul video, and they say they're not getting as many views as the car boot sale stuff. Well, if the car boot sale videos of you filming at the car boot are getting the most views, I think you're foolish not to do that and to jump on the bandwagon. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. That's my opinion on it. Have you been to midweek Moss End? Is it busy? Sarah, I haven't personally this season. From what I've heard, it's okay. But for me, Moss End's about a 35-minute drive. So I won't be going to any midweeks for a while. I've got too much stock to go to midweek. So let's have a look here. Yes. So I spoke to, this is an interesting one. Damon's put, YouTube monetization rules have changed today. Now 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours required. I spoke to Mel about this earlier. Read the whole article. That only gets it doesn't get you the full YouTube monetization. It just allows you to start receiving super chats, super stickers, and also to create that group thing where you can basically do, you know, your private subscribers. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, where they can like pay you to be part of your membership. That's what I'm thinking of. I thought when I read the title, it was that they've dropped it down to 500. But once Mel read the whole article, which come back to me, it's basically letting you in, but not letting you completely in. But yeah, I thought the same. Reseller Summit. That's what I couldn't think of the name, but I remember it was getting so much attention for about 3 or 4 weeks with so many different opinions. And my opinion was, do you know what? Fair play. They're trying something new. There's something in America called FlipCon. That Mel back from Burnout is actually going. I'm so jealous because I would like to go to some of that, and I would pay to go to some of that to like network, to meet people. Talking of networking, eBay Open, everyone, eBay Open. I'm going to the London one. So if anyone is going to the London eBay Open, please come and say hello to me because you all know my face. I don't know all of your faces. So sometimes when people come up to me at the car boot and say hi, don't think I'm being rude or I'm a bit like, oh, what's your name? Because I don't know what most of you look like, okay? I will be probably vlogging anyway, so you'll see me with this little gadget walking around. But yeah, please do come and say hi and let's have a chat. It'd be really cool. Hi, mate. You okay, Mush? Yeah, mate. Someone commented the other day and said, try and go a whole video without relaying the price back to the seller because they'll say, "Oh, this is £2," and I go, "Oh, it's £2," and I do it all the time. And I said to him, "That's just like me not saying mate at the car boot sale." And I don't really say it a lot when I'm not at a car boot sale. Like with my friends, I'm not constantly like mate, mate, mate. But at a car boot sale, everyone is mate. Everyone's mate. It's either that or cheers, guys, or sir. And that's all I say in my car boot sale videos. It bores me, to be honest. London. Simon's coming to London. I met up with Simon now. How many times met up, Si? 3 times? Yes, I think I met Simon 3 times now. What a good guy. And we, after the last eBay event, which wasn't very good, I'll be honest, we said we won't go to another one. But supposedly these eBay events are next level compared to the other ones. So I am so excited. There's a few of us going from the Daily Refinement group as well. So it's local to me compared to Cardiff. Yeah, that's right, 3 times. Local to me compared to Cardiff, which means I'm going to get a train, and it probably means I'm going to be on the beers from around 9 o'clock in the morning, although I shouldn't because of the marathon training, but we'll have a day off. When is the London one? September the something. eBay might have sent you a message. If not, Damien, if you're interested, I can send you over a link. Because Michelle from the Daily Refinement group sent me a link today because eBay didn't message me either. Maybe I'm banned. But, oh no. Sounds like it's going to be a boozy one. It's a Monday, I believe. Yeah, Damien, I'll send you the link later, mate. Let me screenshot that as well. Because if I screenshot, I won't forget. Yeah, so it's a Monday. So it could be a Monday booze up. Oh, there we are. Have a look on your seller dashboard. So they're advertising it on there as well. Yeah, Damien, get signed up. It's either London or Manchester, I believe. So, Damien, I guess you're coming to London and you can get on the booze with me and Simon by the sounds of it. Bet that head's hot today. I went in mine. Oh, shed, I guess. My head's hot, but the shed's hot. Yes, honestly, I was in here at 9 o'clock this morning. It was an absolute sauna. It was terrible. The trouble is, if I get an aircon unit, I'll use it for like a couple of weeks, and it's such a waste of money. And they're so big. I've got my big industrial van. You can get fan FAN. You can get from Wix and all other good places. And this keeps me nice and cool now and again. But it's so loud, so I haven't got it on for the stream. Okay, right, everyone. 1 minute to 8. I said I was going to finish at 8 o'clock because Fuzzy Feet Footwear is going live with Rummage Around, and it's his first live. Okay, and them guys are going to be talking about shoes and trainers. So what I am going to do now, I am going to try and do something special here. I'm going to try and link his link into this chat if I can do it. This is multitasking at its finest. Boom. There we go. Oh, amazing. You're in Tech and Chris's group. I'm going to open in Manchester. I went 2 years ago. Nice stuff. Well, if you're around, we've got the UK call in an hour's time. So come and have a chat with us on there as well. Anyway, there's the link. I think it's gone in. Please, please, please go to Fuzzy Feet. I'm going to head there now. Thank you all for watching. And I have a new boot sale video coming out on Thursday. But thank you all. See you later.